All right, thank you for joining everyone for joining us for our call with Coziah Izzard. As always, please raise your hand and I will mute you. Since there's only a few people in this call, we might just go around the room to each of our media. We'll start with Tyler Donahue.
Hey, Coziah, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm curious what October felt like for you, getting back involved on Saturdays and week by week taking on a larger role.
You know, coming back, it felt felt pretty good being back with my teammates and trying to get our goals of winning games and stuff like that. So it was good. Felt good.
Daniel Gallen.
Coziah, when you're watching from the sideline for so long, like you were in September, what does it feel like to finally get back onto the field in October, contribute, and make some plays?
It feels great being back out there. Being able to play with my teammates and being able to get out there, have some fun. It all feels good. But, so yeah.
Andrew Destin.
Hey, Coziah, thanks for doing this. We just talked to Tyler Ellison a little bit ago, and he mentioned how he's seen you grow from a maturity standpoint. How do you think you have in the last few months in that aspect? Thanks.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've grown and I've grown a lot and matured a lot on and off the field. You know, I just feel like starting to step into a bigger role, so starting to take that lead. So.
Joe Smeltzer.
Coziah, thanks for the time. You and PJ obviously go a while back, both being Maryland guys. What has your friendship with him meant to you personally over the years, and what has it meant to the team having him back in the fold this season?
Over the years, PJ has always been, like an older brother to me. Always looked up to him, as a leader in the team, and he's always been a good guy. So yeah, I feel like he's a great teammate, and yeah.
Spencer Ripchick.
Hey, Coziah. James, after the Ohio State game, said PJ was one of the leaders that stood out to him. What did he do after the Ohio State game that made Franklin call him a leader?
After the game, PJ told us to, move on. Let's move on to the next team. Ohio State is in the past. We focused on Indiana this week, and we focused on going 1-0. So,
Tyler Donahue.
Coziah, when did you learn that you were not going to be able to play in games in September, and how did you handle that scout team role? How did you kind of make that your mission for September?
I don't really want to get into those details, about me missing, but being back with my teammates, I just feel good to be back.
Like, if I could just follow up, I mean, having to stick to the scout team, it's obviously not where you wanted to be, but we heard from your teammates about you making them better on the offensive line. I guess, what did you do to make the most out of a less than ideal situation?
I did everything I could to work on my technique and my game, and also help them too, on the offensive line, just to make sure that they're ready, for their games and so that they're prepared as an offense.
Daniel Gallen.
In working on the scout team, what stands out to you about Juice, Landon, Hunter, that Salim, that top group? What has made them, I guess, effective offensive linemen this year?
I've seen them all grow a lot, since the summer, and they have done a lot of things to help us this season. And in practice, I see them work very hard, especially going against each other, in different team periods. It helps out a lot.
Andrew Destin.
Because last year, you got a huge boost in playing time once PJ went down. What's it like being on the field with him at the same time now? Could you kind of expand on that dynamic, what it's like when you guys are able to be out there together? Thanks.
Me and PJ, I feel like, we work well out there together as a team. we communicated well together, and it's just good to be back out there with him.
Joe Smeltzer.
Coziah, so the last year has really been crazy for you. A lot of different changes going from starting some games last season after PJ went down to the first few games this year, not playing at all. And now you're kind of working your way back, getting into a groove, it looks like, back in that defensive line rotation. So what would you say is the biggest difference between Coziah Izzard as a person last year at this point, November 2nd, to where you are now, both as a person and a player? So
I say, last year when it was time, I was a little immature at the time, I say. But I did feel ready for my role, and I feel like I fulfilled it, good. Compared to now, though, like I feel confident, in my game. I feel like I'm mature, and I feel like I get better along with my teammates, and yeah.
Spencer Ripchick.
So obviously on the defensive line topic, what have you seen from Deny this season that's made him get a little bit more playing time from the start of the season to now?
Tanaz is a great teammate. Ever since he came in, he's been a hard worker. He's been in and out of the weight room, in and out of coach's office, trying to learn the playbook, trying to get extra work in. So, I see he's doing everything he can to get on the field. So,
Tyler.
Hakeem Beeman went through a similar experience last year. He was working with the scout team, not playing in games. Did he offer you some kind of advice, some kind of guidance at all, being a guy you're with every day, and because he had that experience?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, we talked, and I just try to get the offense, good look, and try to do everything I could to have them prepared.
Daniel Gallen.
Coziah, you and Olu would have faced off in high school in the WCAC. Olu is someone who the past couple of weeks has gotten a lot of attention for his play. What do you remember about playing against him in high school, and what has it been like to watch his progress up to this point now?
Playing against Olu in high school, never really knew who he was, in high school. But he was always one of those tackles that, that was pretty good. But seeing him now and his growth from high school to now, like it's crazy. I think he's one of the top tackles in the nation, and seeing where he is now and his growth and how his work ethic has grown, it's pretty cool.
Joe Smeltzer.
Coziah, what have you seen from Indiana personnel-wise, and what players have stuck out to you on the offensive end from the film we've watched so far?
A couple players I've noticed on the offense is their running back, Sean. Forgot his name, but number 2. But I've seen him. I've seen he's try to run the ball a lot, and also the freshman that they have, the freshman running back that they have. I do see that they have a pretty good O-line, and decent receivers too. So I feel like the plan we have for them this week, we'll be able to execute and be 1-0.
Time for 2 more. Tyler Donahue.
You've gotten to see KJ Winston progress throughout his career since high school. I'm curious, what you've seen from him. He's burned his red shirt already, and what does his future look like with this Penn State team?
Oh yeah, knowing that KJ is coming in, I was excited. I know he's going to come in working hard, and he is. He's doing everything he can to get on the field. Working on special teams, doing everything he can off the field, and doing, getting extra work in so, he can get back on the field. So he's doing good.
Daniel Gallen.
Zane Durant was someone that we heard a lot about in the spring, and we've seen him on the field in some different packages this fall. How have you kind of seen Zane's development, and where have you seen him make strides at this point in his career?
Zane came in around springtime. Seeing him from where he was then and to now, he's developed a lot. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's gotten a lot faster. He's working different moves now. So seeing him on the field and seeing him out there is good.